sometimes you have to take one step back to move 3 steps forward. And it's oftentimes you don't actually realize this, and you're trying to push forward, but you realize you're not going anywhere, or you may be regressing. And it's a scary thing to go backwards in hopes of being able to go forward, because it's like that sunk cost fallacy where I've done all this stuff just to get me to here, and now you're telling me I need to regress and go back here just so I can go back up. And it sounds very counterintuitive. Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was working on this bug on property deals, and it just wasn't working. I spent like hours and hours, and it was something so seemingly simple, and I had gone through every possible case, every step of the way. I've looked at it, seen the commands, seen the outputs, what was going wrong. Something was going wrong, but it shouldn't have been. And I was like, this has to be like some huge, huge fix. And instead of continually going down that path, I was like, okay, let me just step back, take a moment, and think about it. And this happened multiple times. Like, sometimes it'll take me 10 minutes, be like, okay, I just need to reframe this, and now I can keep going. Sometimes it'll take like an hour or two, where I just be like, all right, I just need to go do something different, reframe, come back. But yesterday, I stopped. It was like at 8 or 9 p.m. on Friday, and I was like, all right, I just have to step away from this. And actually that night, I was just like laying on the floor. I was like, all right, what the hell is going wrong? Because I've tried everything. It should be working, but it's not. So something's off. And I was like running in my head, like all the things I did, all the things that had to be done that were done, and all the things that are still missing to make it work. And I didn't figure it out at that time. But then I came back today, and within like, 120? It's like within not even an hour, it's done, it's worked. And I realized the solution was so simple. Everything on the code was right. The only problem was the back end and the database weren't up to date. So every time I tested it, it wasn't actually hitting the right back end, the production back end. And then I was like, oh my God, like I did all of this. I went in circles and circles for hours, and the fix was so simple that, I mean, during that time, I'm not thinking, oh, I need to upload, because I'm seeing, oh, it's still not working. Okay, I need to change these. Oh, it's still not working. I need to change these, whatever. And I was like, I can't believe this. But then I was like, okay, 1, thank God it's done. It works now. 2, I realized that when you're in like the midst of it and you're overwhelmed or you're frustrated with what you're working on, what's in front of you, you oftentimes become blind to the simple fixes, because the higher the difficulty is, the higher the perceived solution and like the difficulty of the perceived solution becomes. So it took me like, I was working on it for 6 hours, let's say. And if I'm working on it for 6 hours, then the solution has to be something that is equal or greater than a 6-hour fix. But that's not the case. Now, it wasn't all 6 hours that was going wrong, I assume, because there were some things that actually needed to be fixed. But at some point throughout that, it was good. It just needed to be deployed on the right back end and updated correctly. But with that being said, it's just understanding that sometimes you have to move backwards to allow yourself to continue going forward, and to reposition yourself in a frame of mind where you can actually understand and dissect the problem properly, so that you can find the best solution and move forward. And this isn't just in coding or in launching apps. It's in all aspects of life, all aspects of your problems in life, because there are going to be times where you face hardship, and through that hardship, you have to understand that sometimes, yes, it just needs full force, move forward, and get it done. But sometimes that's not the case. You just need to be patient with it, step back, reframe, do something else, so that you can take attention away from what you're doing and kind of not forget about the problems, but detach yourself from the exactness of them. Let me just explain that a little bit more. So when you're inside the problem, you're thinking, okay, this is the problem, and you're focused, like it's your tunnel vision on it. But then when you step away, you get a bigger picture of what the actual thing is and what's going wrong. So that something that you didn't even think about before because you were so focused here pops up. And you're like, wait, that's the easy fix. Boom. And it's by that stepping back and getting a broader picture of what's going on that allows you to solve it more completely. That's all I have for you guys today. See you guys next time. Peace.